Some days I was a Christian, other days I was in the clubs. Yet still, he decided to choose me, call me, and anoint me. My 20s, how did I make it through? Let's talk about it. Hey, lovelies. Welcome to the Princess Fornah Network. I'm Princess Fornah, aka Pastor P. Another thing that helped me to get through my 20s, I want to say, was the military itself. I think I said that earlier on this video. I left home. I was a daddy's girl. I was a girly girl, even though I did grow up in the hood. But the military, it taught me discipline. It taught me resilience. It taught me resilience in the sense that you can't just sit and have a pity party. Maybe your 20s is not going the way you imagined. Maybe you thought by 25 you would be married. By 27 you have kids. By 24 you would have your first house. It taught me to not throw in the towel, not be discouraged, not sit around and throw myself a pity party, and to not just sit around and feel sorry for myself, to not make excuses. There's always a way to figure something out. And it taught me how to frame my thinking, my mindset. It molded me in a nutshell. And it shielded me as well. I got out of the Navy when I was around 27, and coming into the civilian world, I realized just how really difficult life can be as well. I thought I had it hard in the Navy, but regular life too it was really hard. So I think the military helped me a lot. Another thing that helped me through my 20s was family. Family, okay? I know not everybody come from maybe a good home per se, and family don't necessarily have to mean blood, but who have been that father figure, that mother figure, or those brothers and sisters that you've made along your journey in life. If you have some of those, turn to them. I remember when life got hard in the Navy, some days where I was just overstimulated and just had it. I remember I would call my brother and I would just cry, because I couldn't cry in front of my division. I was LPO at some of my duty stations, so I had to be strong on the outside and keep it together. But I remember the times where I would call my brother and just start crying. I said, I want to come home. I want to come home now, that kind of thing. And then after the conversation, I would feel so much better, dry my tears, go back out to work, and tell my guys, hey, what are y'all doing? Get it together, that type of thing. So family helped me to navigate through a lot. Yes, another thing that helped me through my 20s as well was I learned how to show myself grace. Okay, I'm a type of person that I can be really hard on myself because I'm a go-getter, very goal-oriented, very future-minded. But I had to learn how to show myself grace and say, Princess, it's okay to just live. I had to grow up really fast. I had to, do my best to stay grounded, stay focused, stay on the straight and narrow as much as I could. But there were times where I had to give myself some grace. That Princess, it's okay. Just because this person seemed like they got it all figured out and they're only 25 or you're older than them, don't mean that, that has to be your story. Don't mean that that has to be your journey. Don't mean that that has to be your narrative. We're all running our own race. We're all walking, our own path. So I had to learn how to show myself some grace. Listen, 20s, you don't have to know it all. In your 20s, you don't have to have it all figured out. In your 20s, it's a good time for you to travel as well. That's another thing I'm so grateful for the military for. The military took me to places I never imagined. In your 20s, try to live. Because look, you're only going to have your 20s once. So if you can travel, travel. If you can go out of the country at least once, save up, go on that trip. Go see the world. There's a whole world out there, outside of that community, outside of that little town that you grow up in, outside of that country that you live in. So if you can, as best as you can in your 20s, travel, okay? And I know a lot of people, outside of the US and other countries, maybe in your 20s, you're in a rush to get married, you're in a rush to settle down. But if you can live, get experiences, get an education, go to college, develop yourself, build your life profile. And I'm not saying, don't get married. I'm not saying don't do all of that in your 20s. But what I'm saying is that in your 20s, figure your life out, have a vision, have a plan, yes, work towards it, invest, save, have goals, yes, but also learn to show yourself grace. Okay, there's so much more that I could say, but I think those points that I've given you, hopefully they'll be able to help you navigate through. But one thing I will always be grateful for is that in my 20s, I had God and I had the military. I don't know what I would have done. I got out of the military at 27, and a whole nother phase of my 20s started. And I want to say in my late 20s, I felt like I was on a race, on a time clock. Like, oh my gosh, my 20s are coming to an end. I need to hurry up. I need to, get married. I need to settle down. I need to do this. I need to do that. It was also at 27 that I got called into ministry officially as well, that I started ministry officially as well. So in my late 20s, if I could go back, I would just say stop trying to go ahead of God. Stop trying to run your own schedule. Just let God direct you, order your steps, and direct your path, and just take, your days one day at a time. Okay. So I hope these points help somebody out. If you have any more questions, leave it in the comment section below. Let's go to the comments and let's have a chat. What are some things that you guys are struggling with in your 20s? What are some things that you guys could use some help with as you're navigating through your 20s? Or what are some of the points that I shared, that which of the points that I've shared that you find the most helpful, or that you think will be the most beneficial for you? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. Don't forget to follow, like, share, tag somebody. We love you all. Let's grow together. Until then, remember that you are made for more. I'm Princess Fornah, aka Master P.